hands behind the feet. And then start to kind of wriggle your feet towards each other until they cross at the ankles if possible. And then the hands are on the ground and you're lifting up and looking forwards here. Squeeze the inner thighs into the arms. Five more breaths there. And then releasing, and we can just gently let ourselves slide down the arms and come onto the ground from there. So we'll come into a low Navasana, but we're going to use our brick again. So taking the brick in between the thighs, so at its narrowest setting again, so you can get the feet to touch. And then from there, just roll down through a kind of curved spine. So you're coming out of neutral here to get the back of the waist, the kidneys and the lumbar on the ground. And then from there, extending the arms forwards, squeeze the thighs together, and then we lift the legs up. We hold here for 10. Maintain lumbar contact with the floor. Shoulder blades are off the ground. Now, option to stay exactly here for 5 more breaths, or let the arms go back, but keep the shoulder blade tips off the ground. Squeeze the brick together. Bending the knees in and just allowing the head to come down to the ground from there. And just pull the thighs in towards the chest. Continuing with the strengthening action in the inner thighs and also a little continuation of our twist. We'll come into Parivrita Jatharasana. So taking the arms out to the sides, and we let the legs go all the way over to the left. So dorsiflexing the feet, squeezing the brick as much as you possibly can, and just hover to where you can go to while the right shoulder is still quite heavy. Palms can be up or down. A little bit more of a challenge to have them up, but find what's right for you. Inhale back up to center. Keep really squeezing the brick, and exhale, let your legs go over to the right. Inhale back up to center. Now we'll take the brick out of the way, squeeze the legs together, and try to feel really that sort of strength in the inner thighs continuing. Flip the palms over so that they're down if they aren't already, and let the legs go all the way over to the left. Still try as best you can to keep your right shoulder contacting the ground. It certainly won't be as heavy, but keep pushing it down. Maintain dorsiflexion through the feet. Try to stack them. Keep squeezing the inner thighs together, and let your head look over to the right side. Staying strong through the bandhas. If you can reach, take hold of both big toes with that left hand. The next exhale now allows us to strongly contract so we can lift the legs up. Then inhale there, and then on that exhale, we'll come over to the other side. So legs going to the right. Coming all the way over. And the left shoulder might lift a little bit, so really try to get it down as much as you can. If it's available to you, then take a little baddha or a bind, holding both big toes with your right hand and looking over the left hand. Strong through the bandhas. On your next exhale, really contract so you can lift the legs up. And then inhale, you can just come over onto one side and coming up. And we'll just walk forwards into Palakasana. We'll do a little vinyasa here. So taking an inhale, very slow motion into Palakasana, exhale into Chaturanga, inhaling into Urdhva, and exhaling into Adho. And we'll hold here for 5 breaths. Stretching out once again after the twist. So we know what twisting is for. We're really kind of energizing the body and trying to get rid of stiffness in subtle areas that mightn't be touched with, say, a back bend or a forward bend. So just take advantage of that. Let the energy flow. Let's hold for another 5 breaths here. Strong through Uddiyana Bandha. And then we're just going to prepare for Shirshasana. So just jump the feet and land onto plantar flexed feet and knees. And we're going to take the brick between the thighs for Shirshasana. So we'll press it and have it at its skinniest version. And just setting up your hand position. Now, when you're squeezing the brick, obviously you're going to have much more strength available to you. So it becomes a more stable pose. But if you find it difficult to come up with the legs together, you can just work into it without the brick. But see how you are. It might be that you want to use the brick and you just stay in elbow dog. And if that's the case, that's fine. So I'll just show you. You're setting up as usual. And then we're trying to really kind of lift up without jumping. Pressing the brick together with the thighs really strong. We're keeping that aspect of things going. I'm plantar flexing here. It just feels good. But do what your body feels like, and really, really pressing. And then again, you know, you're kind of playing with your boundaries in terms of pelvic rotation. And then to come down again, you're trying to sort of not just hold the brick there, but squeeze it there as much as you can. And then you're coming into child's pose as usual. You can take the brick out then.